Right, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me. Got the mic on. These will be time to be really here. I was just trying to figure out a location. I wanted to sort of do it in the city because I love Qi, especially doing Qigong. So do it here for today, maybe somewhere else tomorrow. Let's have a look if I can share this. Invite friends to watch. It doesn't let me. Interesting. So should be live. Testing. This is the very first Qi time. Probably start off like see what it feels like. I've got to work out. I used to be able to share these, and I don't know why you can't share them anymore. So if you could share this out for me, that would be awesome. There used to be a share button on here for the host to share it to the different pages. But in the future, I will say, I will be actually on, there is a page called The Way of Sifu Boggie. From tomorrow, I will actually do it there, but I still got to figure out how to share it. I might have to promote it and do it that way. But on a windy beach Wednesday, which must be strong actually. So hopefully it's not too windy. The mic's on. It's, especially if I face that way, the mic should be in the wind. So the whole point of Qi time is to sort of do a bit of what I've normally done a bit already. No, it depends when I woke up. We've done a bit of Qigong today, and it's not. And this class will be about doing a little bit of Qigong, energizing exercise, breath work. Qigong means breath work, energizing exercise, any exercise that energizes the mind, the body, the spirit. And in actual fact, everything can be a Qigong. Everything can be a meditation, so riding a bike, cleaning the floor, washing the dishes. If that can be a meditation, then indeed, then anything can be a Qigong, because a Qigong and a meditation is actually the same thing. So the whole idea would be to do a little bit of philosophizing, let people sort of come in for the first minutes, for 5 minutes or so, which is coming up, and the whole idea is just to do a little bit of Qigong practice together, and learn something new. You know, is in the next 5 weeks, or 5 weeks time, I will actually be moving. I am moving from Worthing, and I am going up to Lincolnshire, which is, if you look at England as a map, for my American friends, look at England as a map, it'll be halfway up the ankle. So it'll be mid-England-ish, it'll be halfway-ish that I'll be coming to Lincolnshire, and I will be on the wonderful Setcop Farms, which is my partner's, which is 9 acres of land, and I will be setting up. I will be actually teaching full time. I will be going into teaching full time and helping her with the cottages and glamping in the summer, and it's windy. The stand's going all over the place, and also setting up events, healing events, but also glamping events and fun weekends. That's the goal. That's what we're going to do. That's my goal. I'm going to actually do something I want to do. I've enjoyed what I've done for the last 14 years. It's time to do something that makes my heart sing. And yes, and well, teaching and healing definitely is part of that. Also, I have really enjoyed helping Eleanor, my partner. She's on there. I've really enjoyed helping Eleanor doing the events as well. That's fun to me. I used to do events all the time. I spent 20 years, 10 years definitely, 10 years, but then I did a few more after that, not so continuously, of events, and I love doing events. I love, thinking, it makes my brain tick, how do I make it? So that's what's going to happen in 5 weeks, and then in 5 weeks time, this will be Monday to Friday, 9 o'clock every day, and it'll probably be a lot of time. There'll be a beautiful field behind me, depending on the weather. So I think for people to come in. Gav's back. Hello, Gav. How you doing? Els is in the house. No, it isn't. Don't touch it too much, Sifu. Right, so the whole goal of Qi Time is something I've been doing for years. So do a little bit of Qigong, wake up the mind. Now Qigong needs exercise. What that can mean. A lot of people see something like this or like this, and yes, that's Qigong. But also massage is Qigong. It's activating. Just breathing is Qigong. Qigong is many different things. So today we're going to start with some simple exercises in the morning for most of us. So therefore, there's ways to wake yourself up, to stimulate you, to activate the mind, the body, the spirit. So a simple exercise, which is a Qigong of sorts, but it's also a massage. So fingers onto the head, and what I want you to do is press, release. And I want you to, well, we could do a Cleethorpes beach as well, yes, but we'd have to get up extra early to get down there. So I just want you to press, release, all the way over the head. Now you can do this, you don't have to be on the beach to do this, you can do this anywhere. You can be sitting, standing, jumping out of an airplane. I did that a couple of times. And just press, release. What this does, it stimulates the scalp, activates the improves blood circulation in the head. Even working through the skull improves the blood circulation, and then we also know that there's pressure points all over the head that affects the brain. So by massaging the head, you're actually activating those pressure points, and it's a little bit like you've heard of reflexology. Reflexology is the art of massage for hand and or foot, and you don't have to know what those points are. You can just massage that area, and if it's sore, gently massage through it, and you increase blood circulation. So sometimes, you don't have to be an expert at something to do it. You can just simply do it. So it's a very simple, easy exercise. I've known people who have had chronic migraines for years, and there's two exercises. This one and another one I'll show you as well. That I've had people with chronic migraines for literally decades who have practiced this every single day. Just go do it for 5 minutes or so, a couple of minutes of this, a couple of minutes of the other one, increases blood circulation, and it's reduced their headaches massively. I've known people with stress and anxiety that this and the other exercise I would do has also helped. So very simple exercises. And the whole idea, it has to be simple. I'm doing them. But simple is good. Simple, if it's a simple exercise, it's good. So this increases blood circulation. It is very good if you do it gently, slowly, at night, for increasing blood circulation, help you sleep better. So if you have trouble sleeping, this is a very good one for that one. But also a little bit quicker than normal when you work in the morning, and it stimulates the brain, it stimulates the hypothalamus, which activates your adrenaline, and it wakes you up. because adrenaline, they actually said that adrenaline is actually 8 times more powerful than cocaine. You already have a wake-up juice in the centre of your head. And a lot of people say, "God blimey, is that Sifu Boggie on cocaine or what?" No, I'm on my own adrenaline. So the whole idea is doing this simple exercise. You actually wake yourself up. You can stimulate the mind, but you're doing it a bit more briskly, a bit more quickly. When you do it slowly and smoothly, it actually can do the other way. It can help you sleep. So it's a really simple exercise. Is your first exercise that I'm teaching you, which is simply called massage head or tap the head. It can sometimes called, because you can do this as well. When you do this, this is very much a stimulating move. So tapping the head. So that first one can be a more relaxing one, but if you do it fast, it becomes more stimulating. And this is like the second movement to it, and this will activate stimulation in the head. So tapping the head, so it increases blood circulation, stimulates the head, wakes up the brain. Especially if you're struggling, if you're studying and you need to become more alert, this is a good one to do. Remember when you're studying, I don't know who you are, but between 15 minutes and half an hour you should study, and then have a break. Go and do some Qigong or go and stand by the sea. Okay, and then relax. So we've done that for a couple of minutes. Now before we get to the other Qigong, another Qigong work section is simply belly breathing. Now, belly breathing is an interesting one because people you can't breathe from your belly, you have to do it from your lungs. Well, actually, your diaphragm sits just above your belly. So when you pull your belly out, when you stick your belly out, it pulls the diaphragm down. So belly breathing simply means you can place your hands on your belly to start with, and as you breathe in, let your belly expand, and as you breathe out, pull your belly back in. Now in the Shaolin temple, they would allow that expansion to be full, and then they pull in the stomach really, so they strengthen those muscles. So they're relaxing the muscles, the belly, and then they're pulling it back in to strengthen. And this is actually like an internal massage. It massages your too difficult to hear the weak times. Okay, well thank you for telling me now. Okay, so, but if I face this way, because the wind's behind me, if I face this way, the mic's there, so I think the mic's still working. If I tap, there should be a tapping sound, especially if I face over there. But okay, so next time I won't do it by the sea, especially if it's windy. I'll find somewhere a little bit more protected by the wind. That's not a problem. Ridgeway and Qigong on the beach, indeed. Mike's working fine. Thank you very much. So it's always funny. Some people say, "Oh, it's too windy." Some people can hear. It's always interesting that one. Okay, where we go? Mike's working fine. Okay, so right. So the whole idea. So if I face this way, the wind's behind me. It's actually calming down a little bit as well. So massaging your head. That increases blood circulation. Sometimes you don't need to hear what somebody's saying. Just press. Just watch what's happening. But belly breathing. So if we go by belly breathing, so placing the hands on the belly, breathe in, let the belly expand. Breathe out, gently pull the belly in. Now, as I said, the Shaolin, they actually do that to an extreme, so they really let the belly out and they really pull the belly in, and this really massages the internal organs. So if you suffer from IBS, stress, anxiety, stomach problems, this is a very good one. I used to have, as a kid, I was an awful warrior. I used to have ulcers, I was beaten up, and my mum and dad divorced when I was about 9, and so under a lot of stress, you're worried a lot, and I suffered from ulcers and IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. So when I started doing this at 12 and then built it up by 17, I had created a system where actually the IBS wasn't as bad, and I also became a baker, which actually triggered it, made it worse at times. So I actually, through just the belly breathing, actually massaging the internal organs, softening them up, and learning to breathe is a very powerful thing. Because there's actually a Daoist saying, is that the way you breathe affects the way you think, the way you feel. So if you're breathing erratic, shallow and fast, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions are erratic, shallow and fast. If you breathe slowly and quietly and effortlessly, your thoughts, your actions, your feelings will be the same. So just breathing in and breathing out, and breathe in till you can't breathe in anymore, then breathe out until you can't breathe out anymore. And if you just breathe like a wave on the sea, so breathe in and get to the top of the in-breath and then breathe out. And at the bottom of the out-breath, breathe back in again. Now some people will talk about holding breaths and whatnot, which is, it activates certain things, but it also creates a lot of tension for a lot of people. So allow yourself just to breathe. Don't worry about holding your breath, just breathe in. And once you can't breathe in anymore, breathe out. And then do that with the belly. Now this you can do anywhere. Seated, standing, jumping out of an airplane. Done that as well. So just breathing in, let the belly expand, breathe out, pulling that belly in. Breathe in, let that belly expand, breathe out, pulling that belly in. And then after a while, it becomes a habit, and this really opens up the lungs. It really uses the diaphragm to its fullest. So you've got press and release, or tapping the head. So when you do it slowly, this is very good at night for helping you activate your melatonin and your DMT, which is in your pineal gland, so it stimulates the brain that way. But when you do it briskly, quickly in the morning, and tapping, that stimulates the hypothalamus and activates the adrenaline, the adrenals, and wakes you up and stimulates you. It gives you like a shot of espresso in your head. Then belly breathing, doing this belly breathing, breathing in and breathing out, pulling that belly in. So breathe in, let the belly expand, breathe out, pulling that belly in. Especially when you have kids or you're in stressful situations. In the future, I'll be telling people what I used to do as a job, and I had quite a few stressful, actually even as close protection I had quite a few stressful situations, and breathing, just focusing on your breath, really helps in most situations, I have found. Now, we'll do our final exercise for the day, the final Qigong, as we're coming up to time, and there I am, I'm back. So, this exercise I've done ever since I was 12 years old. I've actually done all 3 of those since I was 12 years old. But especially this one. This was the first exercise I ever learnt for my Sifus, for my Qigong Sifus, and from the Shundao family. And Shundao is their surname, a bit like my surname is Brighton, which is just down that way. So it's the name of a beach, but it's also my surname. So Shun is their surname, but it also means to flow or to fold. So Shundao means flowing way or folding way. So there's many different ways that you can use it for healing. You can use it for physical work or for fitness, or even martial arts, or you can even use it for spiritual stuff. So that's the whole idea of Qigong. Each Qigong has a martial technique or fitness technique, it has a medical technique, self-healing technique, and it has a meditational technique or spiritual technique. And that goes with all Qigong. And Qigong is just an umbrella term for like, you've heard of Tai Chi or Bakwa or Baduan Jing. These are all types of Qigong, and that's what it's an umbrella term for lots of different exercises. But the trick, the key, is you can turn anything you do into a Qigong. You can turn anything you do into a meditation, and you can turn anything you do into a Qigong. So we've done press release on the head, or tapping the head. We've done belly breathing, and our last exercise for today is willow tree Qigong. Now, it's easy to do this standing up, but if you're on a stool, you can do this one. This one, you do sort of need to be, or at least upright. And what I want you to do is to have your feet shoulder width apart, flat on the floor, but wiggle your toes. And if you can, the ball of the foot, pretend this is your foot, and now it's a hand, pretend it's a foot. The ball of the foot, the outer side of the foot, and the heel of the foot push into the ground. So like pins in a plug socket. So push your feet into the ground, bend the knees, pull in your bum, okay? And this roots you to the ground. It makes you a bit like a tree. The feet are the roots, the knees are like in the earth, so it's the first bit of the trunk in the earth, and then pulling in that bum opens up the hips, the qua, and it connects you, it grounds you to the earth. It allows the blood to circulate round, and when you circulate blood, you circulate oxygen, you circulate chi. So it's the mind, body, spirit. It's not just about science, or it's not just about the spirituality, the real, it's also about science. So from this position, from the belly button upwards is your goal. I want you to totally relax those arms and turn the waist to the left, then turn the waist to the right. Turn the waist to the left and the waist to the right. Totally flop those arms, turning the waist to the left and waist to the right, and pull that bum in. So you're not twisting from down here. So if I twist from down here, my feet go all over the place because of the stones. So bending those knees, pulling that bum in, I'm turning from the belly button upwards, turning from the waist, turning from the left, turn to the right, turn to the left, turn to the right. Now there's a whole metaphor of this. If you control your arms, when you control your arms, you're actually still controlling reality. You're desperately trying to hold on to everything that's going on. But when you let your arms flop, you're actually going with the flow. You're being like a willow tree, which is one of the names for this exercise, willow tree Qigong. And it means that it doesn't matter how tough that wind blows, how much wind blows, the willow tree disperses that energy. It stands there strong in the wind because the branches take the wind away. And it's a bit like your stress in your life. The Qigongs are metaphors. So learning twist to waist is about releasing what you no longer need, letting it go, turning the waist from side to side. Now, doing about 5 minutes of this every day. With the others I sort of shown you, but even on its own, 5 minutes of this. There was actually case studies done in the 90s in China and eventually in America, and they showed that 5 to 15 minutes of this for 6 weeks improves your general health and well-being by 60%, and also improves flexibility, helps lower back problems, can help with stomach problems like IBS and other issues, can even help Crohn's, it can help reduce migraines as well, this exercise, as well as the others. It can help a whole number of things, lower back problems, strengthen central core strength, improve blood circulation. So this exercise, doing 5 to 15 minutes of this, and if you want to do 15, you don't have to do it all in one go. You can do 5 minutes 3 times a day, or even 2 minutes several times a day. I can't think of the maths. But the whole idea is, with Qigong, even a minute has the benefits. More than a minute has a lot more benefits, but even if you only have a minute, you can get benefits out of it. And everybody has a minute at least. We stand around waiting for stuff more, so you can at least find a minute. But I say you can find 5 and do 5 minutes of this every single day, and within a few weeks it helps. We actually do a thing called the Qigong challenge, the twist to waist challenge, at Christmas, and people have said it's improved their stomach, they felt less stressed, they have it's even tightened up their waist. So there's lots of benefits from this exercise. You can actually find this one by me on YouTube. I think 11,000 people watch it now, and it's a very simple but powerful exercise. I've done this one pretty much since I was 12 years old, every single day, because you just do a couple of minutes. It has benefits. So bend those knees, pulling that bum, turning the waist from side to side, totally allow those arms to relax and flop. Okay, don't control the arms. You're not doing this. And keep the head in line with the body, or just tap the mic. Put the head in line with the body, so the head is in line with the belly button and the arms are totally relaxed, totally flopping. Okay, and pull that bum in. So do it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and always stop in a particular way. So don't just stop, because you bring all the tension back in your body. So what I want you to do is to stop in. So we're going to say 3, 2, 1, and then stop the waist from turning and allow the arms to flop till they stop. So 3, 2, 1, and just now the waist is stopped, allow the arms to flop till they stop, and then just breathe in, draw the hands up, and breathe out and breathe them back down. It just allows you to settle that energy a little bit. So we'll do that again, but you know, I'll talk less and less about it as we go on. But that is a very powerful simple exercise. The other one, another very powerful simple exercise, is belly breathing, and then the other one, tapping the head or press release on the head. So those 3 can improve blood circulation, reduce migraines, improve the chemical function in your brain, so the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the pineal gland. All are they're like the chemical factory of your brain. They create all the chemicals that you need. The happy to sad, but they increase your pushing forwards. Everything you need is all created in the brain through the pineal gland, the hypothalamus, and the pituitary. So the whole idea is that when you stimulate the brain, you improve blood circulation. When you're moving, you're flowing, you're growing. It allows you to move, and because we get ill from dis-ease, from actually stagnation, from not moving at all. So just doing simple exercises, doing a little bit of pumping the head, doing a little bit of twist the waist, this all activates your chi, and your chi is all your energy. All the energy in the universe is chi, the long chi. So long sounding chi. So in Chinese, the tonal is that you change the tone, you change the word, change the length of the way you say it, you change the word. So it's all good. Digging the hood. Whoa, Sifu Baz! I wonder why you're digging the hoodie. I don't have a clue why you would like this hoodie. Sifu Baz is the other Sifu of my school. He has the Bracknell Shundao school. Mine will be, it's sort of, I've been a nomad for quite some time, but it will be very soon, it will be Shundao Setcop Farm will be my school. That's where I will be, up in Lincolnshire. So that is happening in about a month, well, 5 weeks time. So, simple exercises. Nathan, hello brother, how are you doing? Irena, how are you? Good morning, my old friend. Great to join you today. And it's a pleasure, as always, Nathan, to have you here. It's been a long time since we've done some Qigong together or fighting together. But I remember those days a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And yes, I will be moving to Lincolnshire. Okay, so we'll say this one. Yes, so in about 5 weeks, September the 3rd, which is actually an ironic day because it's my papa's birthday. My papa died last year, and it's his birthday. So it was, when my brother sort of came up with Sensei Dan, when he said, let's do it on September the 3rd, and it's like, you do realise what day that is, don't you? So Yes, we need to do more training. Yes, so I'll be moving up to Lincolnshire. So to be correct, I'll be moving to Market Raisin, which is about 20 minutes, half an hour away from Lincolnshire. I don't know the exact mileage, but I'm actually Market Raisin. I'll be moving to. So it's only 20 miles from the sea, and it's not too far. It might be less than that, I think, mileage, but it's near Lincolnshire. So Market Raisin, my wonderful partner who's on here today, Eleanor, she has a 9 acres farm with a weddings and event barn, and we are setting up. We've actually got a utility cabin in the field, in the middle of the field, where we can do massage and meditation and one-to-one training. Then we've got the barn to do Qigong in, and next year we'll be doing glamping. And I plan to do lots of events. Actually, Nathan, I might need to speak to you because we're doing lots of events and like sort of adult fun days. So like bouncy castles, giant Jengas, you know, catch the old duck in the tin bath and hook a duck. You know, things we did in our childhood, but you know we can now appreciate them and have a bit of laugh and fun as adults. So the idea is like the stuff I used to do with Darren as well, like the big bouncy castle. That's the goal, is to do stuff like that. So we're going to be doing glamping there, and going to have fire pits, and I'll probably be chefing at some point as well, and we'll have the games, and we've actually got, with the barn, obviously we've got an area for a disco as well, so that will be happening. The mighty Baz Chilia, he will be coming up with Sprig and Mist, and we'll be doing a live a couple of weekends, or at least one weekend with Sprig and Mist, to do a Sprig and Mist weekend. He's a prog, Sprig and Mist is a prog rock band, absolutely blooming brilliant, and they're a bit of a steampunky thing. And in steampunk, I actually would like to get Professor Elemental and Moog, who does, he is a rapscallion, so the steampunk rock, and the chap hop rapper, who is the mighty Professor Elemental, actually lives here. Well, he lives in Brighton, and it is a Moog who lives here in Worthing. So yes, so we'll be bringing that all up, because actually Lincolnshire has the world event of steampunk in August, I have found out. So it is the #1 in the world steampunk in Lincolnshire in August every year. So that will be sort of offering. It's also got our Single Farms also has 6 Airbnb chalets, which will be so for people to stay. So yes, and I'm setting up the sanctuary. So I'm setting up the sanctuary. So it will be classes. And then later on, I want to get Anne Church up there and do some events with her. There's many different psychics. I've actually already come across the psychic scene up there. So we'll do some events, some talks, because the barn holds 120 people. So we can do some talks and whatnot. And then we've got marquees for outside as well. So it's all good. It's all good. A little bit of doing the Qigong up there. So a bit back to here. I'll quickly look at the messages in a second. So back to here. So tomorrow, I'll actually advertise this later. I'll actually do this on the way page, the way of Sifu Boggie. So if you look up the way of Sifu Boggie, that's the actual page. Rather than my profile, if I do it on the actual page, it's a little bit more open, and that's where it will eventually be, but I can't share it for some weird reason on live, so I have to do it in advance. So yes, so from tomorrow, I may be here. I may actually go to the grass area, because like I say, 5 weeks for the first 4 weeks of this, it'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then in September it'll be Monday to Friday, 9 AM, and I'll be at the farm. I'll be at Setcops at the sanctuary. So yes, so from tomorrow it'll actually be on the fan page. So this way of seeing I have 3, and one is the way of Sifu Boggie. That one is where it will be for tomorrow. So let's have a look. Medicine entertainment, yes I know, that's what I was thinking. And wedding cars I have 2. Awesome. Well, I say, I will introduce you to Eleanor. She does the wedding side. I'm the skippy for that. I do the background stuff for the wedding. She's the hostess. And then when we get to the sanctuary, I become, well, actually I'm not hostess, so we've got the weddings at the moment and the events there, and then next year we're going to bring in the glamping and I want to activate people's inner child. So the whole idea of the fun weekends, the glamping weekends, is that there'll be lots of stuff to do, tricks and games and mayhem. You know, Sifu Boggie. When has Sifu Boggie not been around mayhem? It's always mayhem that I'm about. So yes, so we'll be doing lots of that. And yes, there will be opportunities to do discos and whatnot. So yes, the bouncy castle. We are having bouncy castles. That's 100% going to happen. 100%. We are having bouncy castles for adults. The kids can go and build their own. It's going to be an adult bouncy castle. There's actually some funny stories on that, but I'll save that for another live. About a Halloween. We popped the castle on a Halloween night because me and my siblings. But that's for another time. Okay, so yes, so that's it for now. Yes, Nathan, I will talk to you definitely about that. You know, bouncy castles. But Lincolnshire, how far are you feasibility? We need to talk. Nathan, if you're still here, call me later. We need to talk. So that's it for today. A little bit longer because it's the first one, and we'll sort out maybe here tomorrow. I may actually go in tiny bit inland. There's a park just over there. We're going to the park instead. And like I say, for the next 4 weeks, it will be Wednesday to Friday, and then from September, Saturday's the 3rd, Sunday's the 4th, the 5th. From the 5th of September, it will be Monday to Friday at the farm, at the sanctuary, and we'll go from there. Hell yeah, Halloween. Yes, remember the ice skating Halloween we did? Actually, it was Halloween and Christmas combined. We did a Christmas Halloween boggie bash. I remember that one well. So, about 160 miles. Yes, okay, cool. Yeah, maybe a little bit far for you, I don't know, but we'll see. But I mean, we'll definitely do a few at least. But yeah, in the summer we're talking about, you know, quite regularly. But we'll see. Anyway, so that. But back to this. Yes, so that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll keep this one on. There should be a way of creating a list that used to be, and we'll go from there. So, hope you enjoyed it. Remember, press release on the head. 5 minutes of that. Headaches, stress, waking you up. Slowly makes you sleep, quickly wakes you up. It can reduce headaches and everything else. Belly breathing, breathe in from the belly, pull the belly in. Massages the internal organs, actually strengthens the belly. If you want a flat stomach, do belly breathing. It'll actually give you a flatter stomach through belly breathing. Mine's not a great example of that, but I know people who do have it. What's the other one? Willow tree Qigong, twist the waist. Very simple exercise. Just done it for the last 40 years. So that's it for now. I am off. I am Oski. I'm going to the coast. Well, I'm at the coast, but there's a cafe called The Coast. I'm going to the coast for breakfast and sit up in the little balcony looking at this sea. I love being here. Okay, so that's it for now. So take care. Not for me. me do that. Oh, okay, right, well, we'll talk then, Nathan. We'll talk. Okay, so, love, Chi, and Shin. That's it from me. See you tomorrow, 9 o'clock, sharp, or at least slightly roundish. Bye for now. 3, 2,